Well, hello and thank you for joining me for another Alex on Tech and IT Wire TV video. I'm at Tech in Gov, and I think I found what could be one of the most exciting and interesting companies that is launching today. It's called IGOS, and it's from Semerg AI Governance. And we are about to meet Slade Murphy, who is the founder, and I'm assuming the CEO?
CEO and CTO as well.
Yep. So pretty impressive guy. Now, the question is to ask Slade, what is IGOS?
Well, maybe before we get to what is IGOS, why IGOS?
Yes, well, tell us.
So at the moment, AI is being used basically unrestricted in a lot of different organizations. There's a lot of data leaks going directly into, say, ChatGPT, sensitive data, personal identifiers.
Yeah.
So banning it doesn't work. People just use it on their own accounts.
Yeah.
What we wanted to do is give a solution where people could use any AI model from any provider overseas, but still ensure complete regulatory compliance, organizational policy compliance, and reduction of all personal identifiers that can be used for identifier.
I mean, that is a concern. People are worried that you're putting in private information, which the AI can then regurgitate
Absolutely.
to other people. I mean, companies have banned their staff from using certain AI. Of course, we've had the government banning things like DeepSeek because they're worried that foreign governments or the Chinese are taking that information. And of course, we have also heard of DLP systems, data loss prevention systems, in companies for years, where if certain information is being emailed or uploaded, it is being blocked because the system knows what that information is and then it can redact it or block it. So this is like that for AI systems, but on steroids.
Absolutely, and the actual policy of just blocking it probably actually encourages the problem.
Yeah.
So people still want to use AI for productivity. Everyone's lazy. I'm lazy myself. People want the easy solution.
Yeah.
But if it's just straightly blocked, people will then use their own personal computers, personal account
Devices,
and leak that information totally unknown, totally unauditable, and with no controls at all.
I mean, we've had sneaker nets and shadow IT for years. Everyone knows about it.
It's shadow AI now. It's
shadow AI, that's right. I mean, that is happening. So we're going to learn about this in a moment, but your system allows you to actually ask various LLM systems, which your system can direct queries to the correct LLM, the cheapest one, the most efficient one, and all the rest. But it will obfuscate important information. And when I spoke to one of your staff, Pavel, he explained that, okay, so I said, well, if the system is obfuscating that information, isn't it going to make it difficult for the AI? And it's like, because it's not obfuscating everything, the results have actually still been, according to your tests, perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, it doesn't actually hard redact them. So for personal identifiers, name, date of birth, government IDs, it will substitute a token. So the token will then go to the external AI. The whole content of the actual response will be generated. The external AI will return the response with the actual tokens. The tokens will then be resubstituted with the actual identifiers and passed on to end users.
It's transparent to end users, but it is not transparent. I mean, it's transparent to the end users, but it's protecting all that information. But the end users just feel like it's using it as per normal.
Yeah, for the end users, it should be very similar to experience to using external AI directly.
So they're not incentivized to use shadow AI.
Absolutely. It's easy, convenient, and dynamic for them.
Yeah. And so nobody has done this before. I mean, I haven't heard of it before.
From what we see, especially looking for similar AI governance platforms overseas, the ability to have a dynamic solution that's easy to use, not a straight approved deny one. We haven't seen anything comparable, and hopefully it's got a good traction in the market and can go from there.
Yeah, well, you've got the first mover advantage. And when I asked Pavel why someone can't copy you, he said, well, they haven't got Slade. He's got degrees in neural stuff that before the AI was popular. And
well, hopefully, we've been sort of trying to find a niche in AI for a while. Yeah. Initially, we were involved in, say, AI for trading systems and various other things, but we think that AI governance is the biggest need. Everyone wants to use AI for productivity, but they're scared to use it for production cases because of the risks.
Yeah.
We hopefully can give people the confidence to do both.
Yeah.
Use AI for production purposes with real data, and also have the confidence that it's actually safe and secure.
Now we have on the screen here, which I'm going to turn to in a moment, a graphic that explains sort of how this works. So I'm going to move back here, but just take us through it, Slade.
Yeah, very roughly. So, users of our system, whether they be actual human users through a sort of traditional chat environment or applications using the system programmatically, it's all available via API endpoints. Go through our AGOS system.
Yep.
So our ecosystem will do a couple of things. First of all, as we discussed, it would substitute in tokens for any personal identifier information. We'd also assess the requests based off organisational policies and jurisdictional data policies. If everything's okay, that tokenized prompt would go out to whatever external API that the user specifies. So the choice then of API becomes not a reintegration of a new model, it's a simple parameter to choose. You can toggle between any parameter. The response will come from the external party back to our system. We'll check for a couple of things. In particular, we'll check for harmful content. We don't want to be distributing harmful messages to teenagers, for example, in the future. And we'll also check for, we'll assess whether the model is biased and give a note. Please note this appears biased on this particular topic, or whether the model is accurate, whether it's hallucinating.
I mean, you've got hallucination and bias detection built in.
Absolutely, dynamically at runtime. And then basically the actual identifiers are substituted in for tokens. The response is passed back to the end user. It should be as close to the direct experience as possible. All they'll see is hopefully our logo in the top corner, and that's the only difference I'll notice.
Sure. Now, you're launching at Tech in Gov, so do you have any clients yet, and what has the response been like from the people on day one?
The response has been overwhelming. Basically, multiple people have said this is a pain point they face now. This is a very encouraging solution. We're trying to set up our initial pilot projects, particularly with government departments now, and as part of that going through all the certification and government panel tendering process as well.
And what about overseas interest or VC interest? I mean, what's happening in a nutshell there that you can talk about?
Well, our perception is talking to contacts in particular in America related to tech and government over there. The American adoption of AI for actual production process seems much further along than Australia. So they're very, very much encouraging on our solution. From our understanding, they're also facing the same pain point about data security with AI. And our proposal, our solution, ticks a lot of boxes from them. So what we want to do internationally is just get established in Australia, and then hopefully with the push for sovereign AI, whether it be Australia or different countries, have a solution that can be deployed internationally and offer sovereign protection, in particular, let's say in Southeast Asia or the Middle East. And because we're a small independent company, we're not tied to big American tech, so we can offer data protection and sovereignty through that way.
And so, if I was a customer, for example, what would be the onboarding process? How long would it take to have this implemented and all those queries going through your APIs to work? What sort of service would I need, and what sort of latency does this system introduce in getting me to my questions and answers?
Okay, if I tackle the latency first, we haven't noticed a significant latency. There is obviously some from the extra steps. It doesn't appear to be
detrimental in any way.
In terms of actual deployment, we design everything as simple as possible. It's all written ourselves with our development team in pure Python. There's no external dependencies. Everything is very lightweight, loosely coupled.
This makes it easy to secure and update.
Well, we expect, hopefully, we're government clients. We assume, we'd have to expose the source code, no backdoors. Completely fine with that. The deployment is very simple. Our default deployment would be to deploy to an Australian sovereign data centre. We're talking to various data centre providers about establishing those relationships. As part of our deployment, we bundle in an associated lightweight large language model. Our default is to use the French model Mistral. That's the actual deployment process, and we can have the option to deploy on-premise servers or on-device servers for particularly security adverse customers.
So deployment would be rapid?
Deployment should be rapid. Then basically the implementation in terms of what existing applications the customer have, would also try to integrate directly into those ones, help with that integration as well.
Sure. And I guess it's going to be different for different clients depending on the usage and all the rest, but is there like a rough kind of cost estimate?
In terms of commercials, we want to keep it as low entry point as possible. So what we're targeting is initial implementation fee, basically to set up all the connections, a straight day rate for a developer to implement the existing client's operations into it. Then it's just basically a charge per use.
Yep.
And we'd pass on the use charges from, say, external AI and charge a small markup on top. And hopefully, if we can get enough traction, we can get enough volume through our service. We would then use that as a key point to go negotiate with AI providers, try to get wholesale rates,
Yep.
and hopefully we can actually provide our product for cheaper than their customer could access it itself.
It's going to be the ultimate volume play. You
Absolutely.
make a tiny bit of money on millions and billions and trillions of queries.
Hopefully the Amazon of AI.
Yeah, that's it. Now I can see it says over here that it's IGOS. So, I already know the answer to this question, but what does IGOS stand for?
First of all, hopefully it's a very catchy name like CMOC.
Yep.
And AGOS, straight acronym, AI Governance Operating
Yeah,
System.
in fact, Pavel was saying it was IGOS, and I said, well, why isn't it AGOS? Because it's AI. But he said, let's see what Slade says.
Maybe
I think IGOS is better,
AGOS,
but IGOS is good too. But it can be both. It can be
AGOS
both.
because I can't pronounce it very well, but it's a straight acronym, AI Governance Operating System.
Right, yes. Okay, so what else do the viewers need to know?
I think the viewers know themselves. It's currently a huge pain point,
Yep.
actually deploying AI for production systems at scale.
Yeah. And everyone's worried about data leakage and AI systems being poisoned to steal that information. It's the big concern. Everybody wants AI on-prem, but that's not really viable yet because the cloud is so much more powerful.
Yeah, and also there's, on-prem is great if you're a large multinational company.
Yeah.
If you're a medium company, you're running your own GPU servers, configuring models becomes an overhead to do as well.
Absolutely.
So this offers the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You get the protection without having to deploy on-prem, plus access to the best models, which are open source to deploy on-prem, and you can go from there.
I've been advised by Pavel, one of your excellent employees, that there's something very important that we need to know about the pricing model. So Slade, tell us.
Yeah, I guess the feedback we got in terms of the pricing model,
Yep.
a lot of people are moving away from a subscription service for SaaS products.
Yep.
So we don't have a subscription service. We have a simple pay for what you use, and also a one-off cost to implement into your existing applications. That's all.
Yeah, because we're getting subscription cost overload. People are tired of this subscription, millions of subscriptions. But you're basically making the money through the volume of a very small fee on top of trillions of searches.
Yeah.
But people will want to pay because they are securing their information in a way that is not possible otherwise at the moment.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
hopefully it's a minimal cost with very good usability
Yeah.
and benefits for the end user. And it's a very simple model. It's just pay for what you use.
And you'll be able to rapidly evolve this as is required by customer requests, by your own epiphanies and ideas. And
We'll keep on adding functionality, in particular use the customer feedback to add new features going forward.
Now you're only launching today. Obviously, you've been in development for a while. But has anyone today already said, "Oh, I wish you could do this"? Because I always say that your customers are your best
Absolutely.
R&D development, and they know the pain points. So
We did get some very good intelligence
suggestions,
today.
yeah.
In particular, the one that's repeated a couple of times was to not just have our system open and able to integrate, but actually to actively integrate to existing systems like Microsoft Copilot
Yeah.
or Azure. So that's
Yeah.
something we'll have to investigate.
Sure. Well, don't give all your secrets away.
Well, the thing is, because we're in sort of a trust industry, we don't want to have secrets. We want to
Yeah.
make everything as open and as free as possible. So
Yeah.
we're quite happy to partner with anyone, integrate with any platform, and make it as open, as easy to use as possible.
So what is the website where people can go and find out more?
CMURG.org.
So SEMURG.org. CMURG.
That's right.
Yeah. So any final messages from you, Slade?
No, thank you very much for your time. And if any of you is interested, please send us a message. We'll give you a technical briefing and go for a proposal from there.
Sure. I need to organise like a 1% referral fee.
Absolutely.
Okay, Slade, thank you so much, and
you
I
very
wish you the best of luck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, wonderful. Thank
Thank you very much.
Australian. Yes.